Hello, hello, hello. Shalom, shalom. I was like, let me record this because I know that's what you want, Father. I know that's what you want. I know you want me to record this. I know you want me to keep a moment, a record, an account of this, because he was just like helping me to distinguish when the Ruach in me is just like, this is just not right. Like, that's just not truth. That's just not truth. It just doesn't align up. It's just not right. It just is not it. And I was listening to something and it's like, the spirit is constantly discerning. So it's picking out the things of, look, that's just not the way. That's just not the truth. That piece of information is not a part of the narrow path. That mindset is not a part of the narrow path. It's that thing, that action, that behavior. Maybe that person isn't, maybe they are, but that does not align with the word. The only thing that is truth, is the foundation, is the word. We can have a true moment in purity and authenticity and real with, hey, I feel this way. But the truth might be that I feel this persecution, but I'm not going to say the persecution sharing in the sufferings of Messiah would be unrighteous or would be wrong, because the word, which is true, tells me I'm going to share in those sufferings, and tells me that is a witness of that I belong to him, and tells me to expect, gives me the expectation that I should expect it, that I shouldn't be expecting something else, but that I should expect what the word says, that I should believe what the word says, that I should endure with what the word says, that I should rejoice in what the word says, and not think that, have this false expectation that, oh, I'm not going to experience what Messiah already told me I'm going to experience. So just words and things that, just going throughout the day, it's like, it's like, that's not me, or that is me. I'm learning more about the Father. I'm learning more about myself. I'm learning more about us together in every single moment in this sufficiency of today. But I was like, Father, it bothers me at moments when people are not accepting you and believing your word. We're standing on that your word is true. The Acts principle, or the book of Acts, where they were together and they had one mind and they were all in common. Because there was a mutual understanding and a mutual agreement of saying, the word is truth. The word is truth, and everything the word says, he is the living word made flesh. Everything he says is true. So if I disagree with that, then I'm rejecting him, or that would be me calling him. I'm not calling him a liar. I just read a scripture verse that mentioned about how that was a curse, and the person put a curse upon it was Peter when he kept denying him 3 times, and it said, and he put a curse on him. Immediately he spoke a curse over himself, saying he did not know Messiah. That was him putting on, because he was telling a lie. He was telling a lie, and telling a lie against the word. The word made flesh in the Messiah. So I was just like, Father, yes, that does bother me when we're experiencing, when we're walking and we're having moments, or we're encountering things, and it's like the Ruach in you is stirring up, because it's rejecting Yah, it's not accepting Yah, and it's not believing him. So there's a moments where he asks us, well, why do we not believe? Why do we doubt? And it reminded me, I was reminded of the story where it's like, there is a standard, there is the expectation in the word. The wedding ceremony that he spoke of, the man had to be properly dressed. The one that came in that was not properly dressed, properly prepared, like the maidens with their oil, and they had the extra oil and their lamps burning. They were prepared and they were ready. And then everyone that was invited to the marriage ceremony, with the one didn't come in and wearing garments, he's like, friend, how did you get in here? He called him a friend, but he still kicked him out. You ain't prepared and dressed with the right stuff. You don't got it reminded me of, don't have your new clothes on, your rebirth. You're still wearing the old clothes from your old life. Maybe that's what it reminded me of. Like, are you wearing the new clothing? Have you been cleansed and put on your white raiment and your white garment and to come into this ceremony? Or are you still wearing your world rags? So it made me think of that. Um, I don't like anyone. I don't like when the word is called a lie. It's like, not, sometimes it's not directly, but even inadvertently, if we sit there and think about the moment, like, man, is that calling Messiah a liar? Is that calling a word a liar? Is that rejecting him and not believing him and not accepting him? And when we're experiencing an encounter moments or people or things where where we're in the world and not of it, but we're experiencing and encounter those moments where it's like, people are convinced that they will enter into the reign doing what Yah says will keep you out. Like there's witnesses of lists of things that the Father says will keep you out of his reign. You know, it says all who call upon the name will be saved, but it's like, is that all? I was like, is that all, Father? You know, is that the conversation that we had to need to have with each other? Like, is that all there is? Is there more than just confessing the name? Or is there more than just saying there's more to just being saved? Or there's more in regards to inheriting the reign and reigning with Messiah? And going around and convincing ourselves or convincing others that all you need to do is confess the name and that's enough. That's where it ends. That's where it begins. That's it. There's nothing more to it. There's nothing more to the reign. There's nothing more to the salvation. And I was like, and wouldn't that then, if we don't seek to know or to understand and convince others of that would be either leading ourselves and leading others astray? Is that the whole matter? Is it? So those moments where it's like, literally the word says this whole list will keep you out of the kingdom or the reign. And it's like, why will we then be convinced that that's not true? Because he is truth. And his word can't return void. So when he says these things will keep you out, that must mean he has to meet that word. That word has to stand firm and sure and be unshakable and unmovable and actually happen and take place and occur, because he spoke it and he cannot lie. He cannot lie, which means those people can't get in. Like, they didn't come with the proper attire to the wedding feast. They didn't come as the maidens, ready and prepared, with their oil lamps lit and their spare oil. They didn't come with them new clothes on. Like, so that's what it makes me think of. I was like, but is that more? Is there, you know, and this is why I love, Father, like what you birth through me and pour through me in the Ruach by just me, the curiosity of questions with you, of time with you, of being like a child, asking you questions, curious. Is that more? And then it was just showing me like, yes, that's why the Ruach gets stirred up, because it's like when you hear a lie being told that contradicts the word, you're like, but that's not what the word says. That's not what the Father says. And he's truth. If I'm a believer and I should believe all his word is truth and absolute truth at that. And it's unshakable and unmovable and it can't change because he said it can't change. If I believe him, then it means I believe what he said. And when I'm not in alignment with believing what he said, then I need to get in alignment and believe what he said. So I can't hear those lies and then just sit there. That's not me loving, because me loving you is me telling you and sharing you. That's inaccurate. Go and seek Yah for what is accurate. Go and read and go and study for what is accurate. Or, hey, the scripture says this. And not to just, I gotta go around and correct you. But you know when it stirs up your Ruach and you're nudged and you're like, but I can't in love let you go around here believing a lie, clinging to a lie, operating out of a lie, rejecting Yah and going against what he says, and living contrary and contradictory to what the word has said, what the word has written, what the word has spoke. So it just reminded me of like us being in position and like not coming out of position. As Messiah had said when he said, who is my mother, my sister, my brother? I'm sitting here doing the desire of my Father. I'm sitting here serving the people and doing and being in the place in the moment where the Father has called me to be. But you want to come and tell me my relatives, my mother, my sister, my brother want me to come because they have to tell me something. They came here to seek me. Well, I'm in the midst of doing my Father's business. He said it before when he was a child. Didn't you know I will be in my Father's house? So it was almost like not a slight to them, but it made me, this is the adding that came to me today of the revelation that I'm going to stay in the position that he put me in, a purpose, in a place, in a time, in an appointment, in this, with the specific people, in the specific moment that he's placing me in, the sufficiency of the day, because it's protection, and it's his power over me, and it's his purpose within me, and it's his positioning of me. Same thing with the Talmudim, with Peter and them, when they were walking and they were serving and they were giving the word, and the people came and told them about the widows and I think the orphans as well, that were not being cared for. And it was almost like, y'all are coming to tell us, y'all are watching it and seeing it. We can't leave our position in our service to come and tend to that when y'all are there. You have people there. You mean to tell me you can't judge this matter righteously and discern it and put into place what needs to happen? Okay, you can come and ask us and we can reason together and figure it out with you, but we can't leave our positioning of the Father to go and to do that when there are other people there for that. It was a big old harvest and we need more laborers out in the field. So it reminded me of that. And staying yoked to the vine. I am the vine, you are the branches. Without me, you can do nothing. So it's like when you're staying positioned in purpose, protection, his protection and his power, you're staying yoked with the vine. You're staying in alignment with him. Don't step off the path. Don't step off the path of the narrow way. Once you hear that information that is contrary to the word, not just contrary to a teaching, but contrary to the word, contrary to the Father. That's why it's seeking him in all things. Seek him in all things for what's accurate. So when I'm like, the Father taught me this, and this is the word, and the witnesses of the word, all of it aligns. And so when I hear this, which is contrary to that, I'm not going to believe that. I'm not going to step my toe off of that line, off of that path, away from truth. Because the truth is good. The truth is righteousness. The truth is the way. It is the narrow path that I should remain on and walk in. That lie, that thing, whatever it is that is being contrary to the word, is not a part of the path. It's not truth, and I won't take it on. I won't agree with it. I won't accept it. I won't believe it. I won't operate in it. I won't claim it. I won't be a partaker. It won't be at all in my life or in the path, because it's not in the narrow way. And it is shoved right over there to the wide gate. It can get shoved right over there to the wide way and the Broadway to destruction, the path to destruction. It can go right on over there. I'm gotta be over here with the narrow path. I gotta be like he told Yehoshua, don't turn to it from the right to the left. I gotta be like he said, the rooted and grounded in the firm foundation, the grounding in the soil of my heart, the firm foundation, so that I can remain in him, so I can soar like an eagle on wings, mount up on the eagle's wings and soar, do what he has said. Don't veer off the path. Not a bit, not a pinky, not a toe, not a finger. I was just reminded, and he was pouring out that revelation. It's like, don't cross that line. Don't cross that line. Don't let the lie of temptation or anything. You can't. That Yah cannot be tempted with evil. Because Yah is truth, and that is a lie. That's definitely not my Father. That's definitely not the narrow way. That's definitely not what my Father said and taught me and instructed me and showed me. That is not truth. And I reject it. And I separate from it, and I keep away from it, and I don't mingle with it. I don't partake with it. I will not eat that fruit, right, from the yard. I will not eat that piece of fruit that you told me is not to be eaten. I will not swallow that lie. I will not eat of that tree which you told me not to touch. And it's like that. It's like, no, adversary, you're trying to get me to eat of this lie. I'm not going to eat that lie. And at times we don't even necessarily, it can be just general things. Like I was just listening to, and it was a meeting, and it was just general things. And I was like, even in this meeting, I do eat the meat, eat that word of the Father, and spit out those bones. Those bones are trash. I'm not eating that bones. I'm not eating that trash. I'm not eating from all of these doctrines of the adversary. No doctrines, none of that. That's not word. That's not word. That is not the word. That is not the narrow way. That is not the Father. I will not eat those bones. I will not swallow those bones. Go ahead and throw it to the dogs. Go ahead and put it right back out there on the Broadway where it belongs. That doesn't belong on the narrow path. We sweep it clean. We don't even have, this path is clean. It's straight. It doesn't even have trash on the ground. We don't got dead bones lying on the ground over here. That is not a part of my Father, and not a part of his way, not a part of his truth, and we don't accept it because it's not truth. He's truth. Yah is the truth. His word is the truth. Every bit, not one jot, not one tittle falls away from it. Every bit of it. From the beginning to the end. From the beginning it was so, to the end is so. It changeth not. He changeth not. He is firm, unshakable, immovable. He is not double-minded. He does not waver. He is not lukewarm. You will get spit out. Those empty bones, those dry bones, those dead bones, the dead will bury the dead. Because that is not the Father's way. So I thank you, Father, for just pouring out that little revelation of like, why my Ruach was like, no, it's just wrong. It's just not truth. That's what it comes down to. That is just not truth. That's just not Yah. That is just contrary to his word, his character, his presence, his righteousness, his way from the beginning to the end. From the beginning to the end. He changes not. And that is not who he is. That is not what his desire is. That's not what his heart is. That's not what he's mirroring to me. That's not how Messiah is. That's not what his likeness is. Oh no. That stuff has to put it right back on the broad paths. Take that trash. We don't keep this path. Yah keeps this path clean. Yah keeps his Yarden well tended to, clean and fruitful and good fruit, which is that seed of fruit, which is that nutritious fruit, which is that fruit with the vitality, the trees that are planted by the trees of living water, whose leaves do not wither. In due season, they produce the fruit that they're supposed to, and it's good and it's plentiful. Not that fake, not that genetically modified, not that fake fruit that doesn't even taste like fruit. That's empty and void and has no nutritional value. That lacks. That fruit over there lacks. My Father's fruit and his wild trees is abundant. It lacks nothing. It's nutritious. It operates its function in it. And it is produced the way that he designed it to. There is no mishap, mistake, mess up, error in what he's doing. So I was like, I thank you, Father. Thank you for constantly giving new analogies and revelation about your richness, your abundance, your goodness, your totality. You amaze me every day, in every way, all the time. I thank you for a day filled with praise, honor, and devotion and reverence to you. And I thank you that every day is like that. Even the rocks cry out. Even they are praising you in the Shamayim. They having a praise party all the time. Thank you for those who you gave that revelation to about the praise party. Not just on earth, but in the Shamayim. You are praising. They are singing your praises all day long. When we boasting about you and what you do and what you can do and what you have done and who you are, who you always been and will always be. You change it not. I thank you, Father. I rejoice in you. You are amazing. You keep amazing me. And someone said that too. A brother said that too. He said, I am just amazed, and I didn't even know. Yeah, you didn't know how much he would just amaze you even more and more every day. You didn't know what you didn't know. How much more he would just hit you with a good one, like a wonderful revelation, a wonderful moment, or like moments where you're hit with a good memory, or you're like hit and you start crying, but it's a good cry of like, oh, and wonder and praise and thanksgiving of the Father, or joy and laughter in a song. Joy comes in the morning. Yeah, all day, every day. I will give you praise. You're worthy of it. Worthy of it. And then you can shift the atmosphere like that. You can shift the week like that. You can shift the day like that. And just automatically, today is a praising day. Today, Yah says the sufficiency of the day is to praise. Yesterday, it might have been completing a task. But it's also that amazement of how you just shift everything. You just turn those tables over. You was just knocking things out of the way. Like, everything that was not on the path, you was like, get that out of here. Get that on that. That's not me. That doesn't align. That doesn't add up. That's not righteous. That's not truth. That's a lie. That's false. That is not what my word is. That is not who I am. It's just wrong. It's just not righteous. It's just wrong. Some things it's like your spirit. It's like, I just don't agree with it. It's just wrong. I had a moment like that yesterday. Out of my root, and yeah, just, Father, these moments and these days where it comes up and you're like, it's just not right. You know why it's not right, because it's not in alignment with the Spirit and it's not truth. First of all, the first thing it's not truth. It's contrary to the word. But then the inner man and your inner and the ruach within you is like, this is just wrong. It's just not right. Literally in the sense of Yah is right and he is righteous. And I'm like, it just is not right. It's just not Yah. Like, it's just not good. Yesterday, I was like, those things are just not good, because they're just not good. Like, Yah is good. If it's not Yah, it's just not good. So he is the one that is good. He is the one that is right. If it's not him, when you build a house and you build it, the builders build without him, they are building in vain. When he's not in it, he's just not in this. He's just not in that. That just is wrong if he's not in that. And that's how it felt like with this thing yesterday. I was like, it's just not right. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. That's literally what the Ruach was like, giving me the word to speak out to someone. Was like, it's just not right. It's just wrong. And I don't know what else you want me to tell you. Like, yeah, there's scriptures and there's other explanation, but it's just wrong. That's all. And that's what the Ruach is saying. Like, that was just wrong. That's just not right. So anyway, Abba is awesome. He's amazing. And I love him. I love how I just delight in you, Father. And you give us the delight in you. You give us a great portion from you. You give us abundance from you. You continue to be more and more awesome and more astounding and more amazing. And I'm just like, I don't know what else to tell ya, but that Abba is good. Yeah, you are good. You are beloved. You are most beloved. And I love you. And I thank you. So, shalom, everyone. You don't never know when the moment gonna hit you. And he's like, I got a word. I got a word. I got a word. I got a lesson. I got a message. I got a revelation. I've got some pouring and some water, some wisdom. You're just imparting, you're downloading, you're doing what you're doing. But I know this is you. I know you want me to say it. I know you want me to say it. I know you do. Okay, I'm gonna say it. You want me to say that? I'm gonna say it. But yeah, so it's just funny. It's funny what he's doing and how he's moving. And just the nudgings and the understanding. But earlier I did, there's moments and I'll hear like, speak up. And other people will tell me that at moments like, use your voice, speak up. We used to say that to the children when we were teaching children. And still do at times. But anyway, yeah, you're so funny. You are funny. You're funny. You're funny. You're funny. You're funny. And then I keep hearing, like, there's other people talk about raising your voice. Yeah, okay. They don't mean it in the way of like the Father's like, just, I'm gonna give you the word you need in the very moment, in the very hour that you need it. I'm gonna just hit you with it. It's just going, it ain't slapping you upside, like it's not slapping, but it's just like, it's just flowing out of my belly. That's the way to explain it. Like literally just flowing up out of my belly like streams, like living water. Out of your belly shall flow streams of living water. Just that abundance. It's just pouring out, just bubbling out, just overflowing and spilling all over the place. Just everywhere he wants it to be. But like overflow. It's overflow. Yeah, your ops. Absolutely wonderful. And why is it overflow? Because you've given it to me, you fed me abundantly, and then you give the overflow so that it can bless Barak and be a help and a healing and an abundance to somebody else. So hallelujah, Yahuwah, shalom, prayers answered always. However you want to do it. The gold of life is the word. The gold and the most precious and the most valuable. I don't even know what word to use it for. Valuable is, you're not just a thing, Father. Valuable life is you. So thank you, Abba. Thank you for being gold. Thank you for shining. Thank you for flowing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for loving me, thank you for making rich, abundantly, abundant. Hallelujah. Shalom, peace. Keep loving the Father, keep seeking Him, keep walking with Him, keep being who He designed and requires and calls and purposes and chooses you to be. But yeah, continue to seek Him for what is Him, the truth that Yah is, the accuracy. He is accurate. But anyway, shalom, peace.